Georgia H, who is allegedly spiritual, and I'm doing that allegedly spiritual because I don't know what she was doing, because what I found out today is that she's a witch. You're communicating with the dead and you want me to still sleep next to you at night time. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Good morning, in fact, because I'm sure you can hear it. You probably could even still see sleep in my eyes. Okay, but good morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. As always, another day, another Love Island review. Yesterday evening I had a surprise birthday, which was so nice. It was so nice to go to, and shout out to my good sis Morenike. I know that's right. But yeah, I got in around, I want to say 12. I caught up around 1, and yeah, we're quickly filming this review before I have to log into work for my first meeting. So as I usually and always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. Guys, we're almost at 28k. Phenomenal. And also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. And number 3, as I usually and always say, please get cozy and comfy with a hot drink, because that hot drink needs to wake me up before this review ends. Okay, and let's get into today's review. Before we do, because guys, I've got some words. You can't see the notes, but here I've got some words. I heard they weren't allowed alcohol in the villa, but I don't know what was in Georgia H's drink. Georgia H yesterday. Let's get into it. So let's start off with the nighttime. One thing I do need to flag out is Sophie and Kaz were looking oh so good. They were looking too, you guys know, I'll be looking at the outfits that they'd be wearing. They were looking too good. Kaz in that purple number, chef's kiss. Sophie in that brown cutout piece, ooh, chef's kiss. Absolutely loved it. So let's start off with Georgia H speaking to Georgia S about the whole Casey situation, and she was like, you know, I'm tired of getting mugged off by guys, and oh my gosh, like, you know, he didn't even miss me, like, I just don't understand. Talking. Now, I have to be honest, we're gonna get into why Casey decided to ghost this girl, because I would do the same. Okay, but one thing that I didn't really understand this entire episode was, like, you would think her and Casey were married, they had a divorce, he left her with 3 kids stranded under a bridge. That's the vibe. That's the vibe that Georgia H was giving. Guys, when they actually when she confessed later on, or it came to light what she done, I don't actually blame Casey for leaving. But of course, Casey now came over to her because he said that he needed to have a chat, and sorry guys, he then said, you know, I was blocked after IG, I was blocked on IG after your birthday. And she was just like, yeah, I blocked you after my birthday. I just came off a 14-hour flight in economy. Sorry. High Commissioner. Babe, what do you mean? Like, what is your problem with economy? That line there, I actually didn't understand. But of course, she was saying that, did you miss me? He said that he did. And he pretty much kind of deaded the entire argument. It's going to keep springing up because Georgia was not letting this situation go. But he kind of was just like, I feel like Georgia was just like, oh my gosh, this happened and that happened and I loved you. And he's just like, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. But once again, we find out later on why he ghosted her, because I would honestly do the same. Scary. Oh my gosh, so scary. Be so serious right now. But of course, she then asked him if you were who he was interested in, and he said he's interested in both Kaz and Molly. I'm gonna get into my feedback. You guys know me, I give you guys my honest feedback, and I love reading you guys' feedback in the comments, but I have always told you guys this as well. I find it very interesting when someone's type or preference are on 2 different, like literally 2 different extremes on the same level. Like, it's, do you get me? But that's not the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm going to get into it after, because I think someone commented on my video the other day, like, oh my gosh, you guys, someone needs to come in for Kaz. You guys don't want anyone to come in for Kaz. No, guys, we want someone to come in for Kaz, or we want her to get a good little golden tan while she's in South Africa, okay? Because if no man is going to come, then let's just collect the glow, because this UK is not giving glow right now. But at the same time, we do want someone who is 100% genuine. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's move on to Sophie and Josh talking. By the way, guys, this might be a long review, so there's a lot to actually discuss. So yeah, Sophie and Josh talking. She said that she told him that she's interested in him alone, and that she told Chris that she just wants to focus on him. And he said the triangle, she said the triangle was no more. Babe, you're not even in a triangle anymore. You're in a square, okay? Because the guy you're talking to has made it clear to someone else that he really wants to get to know her. Josh told Sophie that he told Joanna that it will take a lot for his head to turn. I smell cap, because I don't feel like he told her as he should have, if that makes sense. I feel like he was just saying it like, oh yeah, but you know, obviously, yeah, we'll keep our options open and da-da-da. And Sophie, you can tell like she's just so happy, so excited, so bubbly. She's just like, yeah, oh my god, I'm just so happy we're in a good place. Da-da-da-da. So I feel like as much as they were having the same conversation, they low-key weren't having the same conversation. And yeah, but we'll get into that soon as well, because you know, Chris and Joanna were talking. He said he's 33 and he wants to leave Love Island, you know, ready to marry. And I don't blame him, okay? I'm okay with Chris going for Joanna, because isn't Sophie like 23 or 24? And you know how I've been calling Arabella and Agbaya? That one is also an Agbaya as well. And that's that. I know people say age is nothing but a number, but in some instances, age is everything kind of number plus one. Okay? Yeah. Okay, cool. Now let's move on to Josh now talking to Tom, that Sophie told Chris that she wants him. And he was just like, oh yeah, I just kind of feel like this is the test. Like, this is just the test that I need to. You guys already know how I feel about this whole test thing on Love Island. I've been saying this for all the reviews that I've been doing. Now, of course, the Islanders are now playing a game of Never Have I Ever. We'll get into some of the questions, not all of them, because you guys know some of the questions I genuinely just think is so irrelevant. Like, ask them, never have I ever been to 60 countries. How about questions like that? First one was, never have I ever ghosted another Islander. Casey done that on purpose, because although you say you haven't ghosted an Islander, you know that someone literally just spoke to you about ghosting them. Obviously, Casey didn't drink, and Georgia H was like, I think you should drink to that. And he was like, what? Why? Georgia, if he didn't confess to ghosting you in private, what makes you think he's going to do it in front of the entire villa on national TV in 4K? Let's be so serious right now, okay? If he wanted to admit it, he would have admitted it by now. So I feel like she definitely does need to let it go. I don't know what bondage is there, but we clearly find out something was going on. Second one was, never have I ever done bits in the villa. Arabella and Toby took a drink. Arabella is still an Agbaya in my eyes. I'm sorry. I do not care. And I'm not saying that because she's old. I don't think 33 is old, but she's with a 24-year-old. And I'm not saying, no, I am saying, okay, because even in my age, a 19 or 20-year-old could never give me butterflies. A 21 or 22 could never give me butterflies. Guys, I'm telling you this right now. Even a 25-year-old couldn't give me butterflies. And I know that's, do you get what I mean? So her just like, yeah, we've done bits. Guys, she's an Agbaya. Okay, I'm sorry. So next question was, never have I ever had my, what? Oh yeah, never have I ever had my heart broken by another Islander. Guys, I was screaming because Molly drank and Callum didn't. What do you mean I was in a 3.5-year relationship with you? So basically Callum said, yeah, when the breakup ended, my heart didn't break. That's basically what he was saying. That was very interesting, okay? I'm so sorry. Georgia H as well, she ended up drinking, and every time she drank, she kept looking in Casey's direction, which is what made me think, like, was this a one-sided relationship that we just don't know about? Because I don't know what was in her drink, or if she's just genuinely hurt at the fact that he ghosted her. Now let's move on to, never have I ever thought someone else at the fire pit should have been sent home. Georgia H now comes, well, I was told by Anton that you guys wanted me to... Anton, number one, that's why you shouldn't have opened your mouth, because now she's tearing your singlet in 4K in front of the entire villa. So that's why sometimes you need to hold your lips. Okay, now this part was irritating as well, because Kaz obviously wanted to speak, like, oh, but I was told it, and Georgia just kept cutting her off, and the camera kept panning to Kaz, and you can see Kaz was honestly she was holding her composure. She wanted to rip someone's singlet so bad, but she couldn't, because she just wanted to get out, like, actually, I heard that I was in the bottom this and so, but Georgia was just, I heard, yeah, Anton told me, but Anton told me, I'm not lying, I didn't make that conversation up, oh my gosh. As a result, Kaz ended up getting up in frustration and walking away. The only two girls who followed her was Georgia S and what's her name? Sophie. Those were the only two girls that followed her. Molly, Loki did follow her, but she followed her whilst defending her while she was there, because Josh, Didn't I'm sitting next to you and you're here telling me, sorry guys, I'm speaking so much Yoruba today, I don't know why. Anyway, Josh, you're now sitting next to me and you're telling me, no, we actually were going to send Kaz home. It's disrespectful and it's rude, and Molly was the only person who could rightly point that out to the guys. Georgia H was still there spiraling, oh, but I heard Anton told me this, blah, blah. And the truth of the matter is, Anton should have kept his mouth shut and shouldn't have told Georgia, because that one clearly was acting erratically. But also at the same time, like, I don't know if I'm looking too deep into this as a fellow black girl, but I do feel like Kaz she honestly just had to get up just to maintain her composure, because sitting there as a black girl, especially, like, we need to recognize as well, she's the only black girl there. There are some times, if Kaz was to, like, let's say, for example, act out, I'm telling you, someone and their mum will be on Facebook saying, oh, Kaz is aggressive, Kaz is a this, Kaz is a that. And it's a shame, because many times, as I'm really getting into this right now, but many times as black people, and also as black women as well, you know, you have to contain your annoyance and your anger in certain situations because you don't want to be perceived a certain way. Even now, we move on. So Kaz and Georgia, when I'm having a conversation, Georgia's like, you know, Kaz, I would never hurt you. Kaz, I love you. And that was never my intention. That was never my intention. Anyway, they ended up hugging it out, but I know Kaz has kept a mental note that this one is a worry. Okay, now let's move on to Casey and Molly having a conversation about wanting to get to know each other. Not really much to discuss there, because not really much to discuss there. Now let's move on to Georgia H. Why is that car driving like that outside? It's literally 8 in the morning. Let's move on to Georgia H. She was now speaking and to her people them, and whilst Casey and Molly were talking, guys, I had to write this verbatim, word for word. What she said: imagine coming in, this is it, imagine coming in here and having an opportunity to be with me, but putting your best mate's girl. Wow. I wonder why he doesn't want to be with you, Georgia. And we find out later on, maybe he's not interested right now, babe. I thought that was quite clear, but that's just me. I don't get why you expected him to come into this villa to be with you. That don't make no sense. And then last but not least, let's move on to Molly and Tom talking. Sorry guys, I need to take a quick sip. Good soup. Yeah, she was just like, I find it really weird that you'll tell your best mate that you can crack on with the girl that you like. And Tom was just like, yeah, because I feel like we're kind of cool. And although Molly initially came with energy, you can tell that that guard and that bridge and that wall just completely break down, because of course they ended up hugging and snuggling and doing all of this and everything. You couldn't tell me that you told your best mate to crack on with me. Is that your test? I don't know. Now let's move on to the following morning. We'll get into a few conversations because I need to hurry up. Yeah, I need to hurry up. Callum said that him and G are good and maybe it's time to become exclusive. Oops, I will hold on that. I will hold out on that thought. Okay? Because I don't think you guys are at that stage yet, and you're going to find out why you're not at that stage yet. Pardon me, as well. Toby said he feels like him and Arabella are at crossroads and that maybe, you know, he still cares for Georgia S, which is very interesting to hear. We'll get into that shortly as well. Guys, sorry, I don't know why I'm coughing like this. I hope I'm okay. Hope I'm all right. Sorry guys. And of course Chris and Joanna were speaking. She was telling him that everyone says that she's wifey material. I don't know if that was a bar to try and get him on board, because if you're a wife material, then you shouldn't even love Adam, because you would have been white, right? Sorry guys, I'm actually just talking nonsense right now, but I don't get when people say those type of lines. That's just me, because it's almost like, are you trying to insinuate that, yeah, I should be your next one? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that information. Now let's move on to Kaz and Casey having a conversation. Her skin was looking just like pearls. Her skin was glowing, and we absolutely love that. They were talking about snakes biting their nyash, which is one reason why Australia will actually never see me. I'm okay to never ever visit Australia. I probably could do with New Zealand, because I heard New Zealand is very different and also quite nice, but I don't think I can go to Australia, guys. Okay, because you actually have to look at even whilst you're using the toilet, you probably have to look in the toilet just to make sure that there's no snake there that's ready to bite you on yash. Hey, God. They were having a conversation, and as much as it did seem quite bubbly and, you know, they're just getting to know each other, this was the line that really made me say, okay, this one is interesting. But of course, Casey was just like, oh, you know, if, you know, a snake came and bit my, you know what, like, you know, would you suck out the venom for me? I don't know about that line. I'm sorry guys, I don't know, maybe I'm reading into this a bit too much, but you've got to also ask yourself. This is me, guys, in case you guys don't know, I'm a journalist, and I like to weigh out different options, you know. Would he say that to anyone else in the villa? Ask yourself that question and get back to me. Ask yourself that question and get back to me. Cool. Now let's move on to Georgia H and Casey having a conversation. Guys, she's actually insane. Number one, because the story was dragging. But number two, we find out as well why Casey obviously decided to ghost her. So she said, obviously, oh, I had really strong feelings for you, blah, 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 blah. I had strong feelings, I proper liked you, you ghosted me. So it's a repeat, literally a repeat of the same conversation that they literally just had the night before. And Casey initially was just kind of like, all right, cool, yeah, you're right, and yeah, don't worry about it. And she was like, no, it's not about being right, it's not about being this, it's not about doing that, I just. So Casey was just like, you know what, yeah, Casey said, do you know why? You know why I ghosted you? She's just like, no, I don't understand. Guys, you know Georgia is quote unquote spiritual. No, guys, this is too much. Georgia allegedly, in fact, it's not even alleged because she confessed, okay? It's not even alleged, it's she confession. Georgia H, who is allegedly spiritual, and I'm doing that allegedly spiritual because I don't know what she was doing, because what I found out today is that she's a witch. That's what I found out. I found out that she's a witch. You're telling me that after me and you're talking and you're telling me that you got into contact with my dead granddad to tell me that my granddad sees me and he loves me. So you're communicating with the dead. That's what you're telling me. You're communicating with the dead and you want me to still sleep next to you at night time. Does that even make any sense? Does that make any sense? Like, what? And she was just like, no, but obviously me being spiritual, and this is why, guys, it's so key. It's so key to make, if you're a believer, okay, don't date someone who says that. What is spiritual? Are you spiritual or are you a Christian? Huh? Are you a child of God? Because a child of God is not interacting with dead people. And that's why you need to be very careful when you hear the word spiritual, because that can mean many things. Because what you're telling me is that Georgia H is a witch. Casey is well within his rights to even stay 100 meters away from this baby, even if he wanted to. Even if he wanted to, even 100 something, because what do you mean you're communicating with my dead granddad? Georgia, you're wrong for that. You're so wrong for that. I don't even want to, but anyway, yeah, they ended up hugging it out and that was that. But yeah, now you know why, of course, he ended up ghosting. Now let's move on to Toby pulling Georgia S for a chat. Toby pretty much said, I don't want peace, I want problems. Always. That's what Toby said, okay? Because number one, where did this come from? Number two, Georgia as well, I need her to stand up. And this is why I said that I also feel like she's kind of annoying me this season as well. Because every single guy that gives you a Toby even said your voice, Toby even said your voice is annoying. He finds you irritating. And he's now come and pulled you for a chat. You're just like, well, what? When we get married and have kids? That's what I have to say for now, okay? Because we're going to get into the recoupling shortly. Guys, it's going to be a long review, like I said. It was a long episode, but we're almost at the end, and I do need to go soon. So let's start off with the night time. Of course, they end up getting a text that tonight there's going to be a recoupling in which the boys are going to choose, and the two latest bombshells, sorry, Casey and Joanna are going to have the first pick. So Casey said that he's coupling up with this girl because she's pretty, she's easygoing. The second she said easygoing, Georgia's face went, because she knows, hey, he's not talking about me. Okay, easygoing, smart, and had a rough journey here, and he wants to get to know her, and he ended up choosing Kaz. The speech, sorry, I won't lie, was very, very, very cute. I did really like that. And Georgia H was there looking with that her purple eyeshadow. Sorry guys, I shouldn't have said that. But what is it with people putting on eyeshadow and not having no transition color? Is it because I'm black that I have to do transition? Because I've been seeing other people do transition, but Georgia just went purple. So guys, you guys now be picking up on the word and stuff. Joanna, she ended up choosing Chris, and Josh pretty much snuffed, like, and he was even doing this to be shirt. You're in love with that babe Sophie who's still there, okay? I don't know why you're huffing and puffing there. You haven't chosen your wife yet. She's still standing there waiting for your speech, so relax. Of course, Tom ended up choosing Molly. Anton's speech was nice, but the truth of the matter is babe, Georgia H doesn't want you, and you can't force yourself on this girl. So he was, you know, Anton's speech, what did he say? I did flag something. Oh yeah, he said, beauty isn't skin deep, but she's spiritual. You should be careful with that spiritual, because she will come and now tell you she's had a dream of somebody that you okay? But yeah, Georgia H was crying. Once again, I don't know why. Is it, you know, sometimes when people are, oh, you're finally with someone who appreciates you for who you are. Maybe she was happy to hear that spiritual line because Casey found it weird. I don't know, but yeah, she started crying. Toby. Toby. How many times did I call your name? The cough. Where's this cough coming from? It needs to go. I've got so many things to do this weekend. and people to see. I can't be coughing. Okay, yeah. Guys, Toby, so of course, Toby was giving his speech, right? He was like, you know, she's beautiful, you know, she has my back as much as I have hers. And he even said, he was even quoting, he even said, fortune favors the brave. Sorry, Socrates. Fortune favors the brave. Guys, I literally said, no, this guy is actually not serious. And I think in the beginning, Arabella genuinely thought that he was going to pick her, right? But then as he kept talking and he kept talking, and then Georgia was looking like, yeah, I think it sounded like he's going to pick me. Guys, Toby chose Georgia, and I'm telling you, the whole villa was like, what? And no, genuinely what? Because can I tell you why Toby is actually, what a character. But you know what, guys? This is British TV. This is British TV. And I'm here for it. Number one, no one knew that Toby went into, okay, apart from Kaz and Chris, because he told them in the morning, he never once pulled Callum for a chat to say, I'm gonna snatch your girl. Okay? He never once told the rest of the villa that he's interested in getting to know Georgia S again. And now at the recoupling, you didn't speak to anybody else apart from the two people that I mentioned earlier. You didn't speak to no one else. And it's now at the recoupling, you're using this medium as the time and opportunity to let us know that you want to get to know Georgia S again. Guys, this is British television. This is TV. Okay? Arabella definitely looked like she was glitching, and I think the black eyeshadow underneath was a lot as well, so it didn't really help, you know. But she looks like she was honestly glitching, like she could tear and rip and even eat somebody's singlet. And then Sophie even said to Arabella, like, imagine waiting for the recoupling speech. I'm not saying anything to you. Honestly, like literally, he didn't speak to Callum once to say I want to get to know your girl. He didn't even speak to Arabella. Arabella, as far as she's concerned, they're on good terms. And she's finding out on the recoupling, even as you've made your decision that you want to get to know Georgia. And even now, whilst Georgia was walking back to the seat, like her head was down, she wasn't really communicating or looking around. So at the same time as well, I think Georgia, once again, she also needs to stand up. It's almost like every single guy that gives her time in that villa, she gives them her time as well. No one's saying that's wrong, you know, explore your options, but the extremes that she goes to with the different guys is a bit weird. Like, it's like, if it's not Thomas, it's Cal, you know, Cal. And now it's back to Tobes. And I know tomorrow we're going to get a conversation with her going, no, Cal, listen to me. Tobes just told me, yeah. So I said tonight, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, guys, that is the end of tonight's review, or today's. It's actually quite a long review because there's a lot to discuss in that episode. Overall, once again, Toby, kudos to you for giving us British TV, all right? Because that's what tonight's episode was. Tonight's episode was British. I keep saying tonight. Yesterday's episode was British TV. But yeah, guys, we go again tonight. I am going out again tonight, guys. I've literally been out every day this week. But yeah, I'm going out again tonight, meeting up with my colleagues from my old place of work, and they're just so lovely, and we have like a little vibes crew. I'm gonna have dinner together and all of that, so it should be really nice. So I'm not sure what time I'm gonna get in tonight, but I'm gonna try and record tonight, no matter what time that is that I get in, because I don't want to have to record tomorrow, because you guys know Saturday is our day off, honey. So yeah, I'll definitely try. If not, tonight's video will definitely be out either really early in the hours of this morning, aka really early. Ugh, I don't usually talk this much in the morning, and I think it's throwing me off. Okay, but yeah, it will either be out extra early, I'm talking like 2-3 a.m, or it will be out on Saturday morning, just depending on what I can do. But you guys, you know, as always, Sunday we're going to be on live, so definitely be sure to tune in, honey, because you guys know we always have a good time on live, honey. I know that's right. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know what you thought of tonight's episode. Let me know what you thought of yesterday's episode in the comment section down below. But I want to thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and therefore join the family. And also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter. But other than that, happy Friday. Have a lovely day. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.